Our third case in Australia is Dr. Fidge v Pfizer and Moderna, and you'll see there that we've taken a rather different approach. Rather than going after the government, we have gone after Pfizer and Moderna on the basis that their injections, their gene therapies, satisfy the definition in law in Australia of genetically modified organisms. And at that time, we were just dealing with the fact that the LMP Mod RNA was the genetic modified organism. I have to point out that these gene therapies also satisfy the definitions in law as GMOs in the European Union, England, and South Africa. So, while working up the case with the former barrister, well, the two Jolieans as they call them, former barrister Jolien Gillespie and Dr. Fidge, Kevin McKernan discovered the DNA contamination in both Pfizer and Moderna vials. Since then, we have had 3 Pfizer and Moderna vials from Australia tested by Dr. Speaker in Canada. And those test results show excessive synthetic plasmid DNA contamination detected between 7 and 145 times higher than regulation. In the Pfizer vials, SV40 promoter enhancer, or a sequence, was also discovered, and that is known to facilitate nuclear integration, posing significant genomic risk. I note that one of the Pfizer vials we had tested was a kid's dose. This is damning evidence that there is a real problem with the Australian vials. But before we had the chance to file the evidence, the judge delivered her decision, deciding that Dr. Fidge does not have a right to bring the claim, despite the fact that Dr. Fidge, who is both a doctor and a pharmacist, was not able to give his patients informed consent that the injections were GMOs. Dr. Fidge had self-administered over 10,000 doses of these products to patients. He had given the products to his children and had also had them himself. Shortly after the decision was handed down, we learned that Justice Rove, who had made the decision that Dr. Fidge did not have standing, had failed to inform us that she had been Pfizer's lawyer in at least 5 court cases. She's also related to the Grimwade pharmaceutical fortune in Australia. And she has worked within and has professional connections in the medical research industry in Australia. Justice Rove should never have been the judge on that case, and she should have excused herself. Alternatively, she was duty-bound to advise the parties of all actual or potential conflicts. She did none of those things.